What's going on, everybody? Hopefully I will actually do a live video this time that isn't a total catastrophe as yesterday's was. We're gonna do a Ask Me Anything. For those of you who are just now joining, I'm just gonna wait for a little bit. I see that on my desktop it's like it doesn't look too great, and you know what? Well, it's gonna happen. You know, I guess I should have done the rotated version, but what are you gonna do? This is let me get a sound off real quick, actually, from everybody. What's better? Is it better if I rotate it, or do you guys actually? All right, let's throw some likes in there. Let's get some likes and some loves going first and foremost, okay? Let's get those likes going. Let's get those loves going. Let's hype this up a little bit. Jeez. Why am I so early? Well, the reason why I'm early is because I'm actually working from home today. So I have a little bit of time for the first time ever in the middle of the day to go live. And you prefer the rotation. Okay, got it. Well, it's too late for the rotation now, because I think once you start not rotating, it's a wrap. Once you start straight up, it's over. You can't rotate. See here, I will show you. I will demonstrate. It says you can't turn your phone while recording. See? So, you know, that's not gonna work. We've tried that before. We tried that yesterday, as a matter of fact, and it didn't work at all. Anyway, why do people use the anthem as an excuse to cover up for racism? A great question. I think it has a long historic context to that. Obviously, it's because people oftentimes use patriotism to justify their racism, which is, again, it's an understandable concept. It's an understandable notion. In the end of the day, whether we like to admit it to ourselves or not, America is a nation founded on genocide, and its economy was greatly reliant on slave labor for a very long time. So of course, it's in our roots. You know what I mean? So obviously, some people want to continue, without knowing, want to continue that version of supremacy or that form of supremacy, and that's how they justify it, by saying we're patriotic. You know, this is what real America is about. It's this otherism that they subjugate people of color to, and that's what it is. Anyway, I hope that was a short but brief and concise answer for you. Also, by the way, just to mention this really quickly, I don't know, is this a good time for you guys to, is this a good time for me to go live normally? Because I've never gone live at this hour before. I feel like it's a lot earlier than usual, and I don't know where anyone's from. So this is an opportunity for you guys to get to know more about me, and also to inform you that, I go live on Twitch right after this, and I write all of my stuff. Brent CJ Prius says, do you write your Facebook posts, or do you have a team that does it? Also curious how long it takes to type one out. No, I write all of my stuff on my own. I have a senior editor who kind of oversees some of the operation, in which, I mean, he'll usually tell me, like, hey, that joke was a little too far, or maybe we shouldn't write an obituary to John McCain before he died. So, like, stuff like that, but very rarely does he ever alter, like, I mean, he never impacts my perspective at all. He doesn't, it's just me, mostly. To answer your question shortly, it's just me. Anyway, do you think we would benefit if we abolished any political party from having a presidential candidate, make it strictly an independent office? That's a really unique suggestion, Justin, that I haven't thought about. I would have to think about it more. I really don't know. But ultimately, the president, in America, the president is a largely symbolic role. And I've said this before, I mean, for me, from my perspective, I would say that the president has some very serious powers, obviously, as far as controlling immigration, as far as starting wars and whatnot. Especially now when the executive powers have gotten stronger and stronger over the course of the past decade or so, past couple decades, with the unnecessary wars that we're waging in the Middle East. But ultimately, the president's largest influence, I believe, is to behave like a whip, like the biggest whip. But then on top of that, his most impactful role is the bully pulpit. His most impactful power is the bully pulpit and how he or she might use it. And obviously, like Donald Trump, for example, has used it in a terrible way. And that's part of the reason why a lot of racists feel emboldened to deliver their racist perspective. They feel like they have a seat at the table. They can have they can provide their perspective in conversations and open spaces and public spaces, versus in the past, like openly racist people at least, felt, for a brief window in time in American history, there was a time when openly racist people felt a little afraid to deliver their perspective. They knew that they would get scrutinized, they knew that they would be shunned, but because of Donald Trump's statements, even people that hold public office, like public positions, feel more emboldened than ever before to say a bunch of racist shit. I mean, Gilliam's opponent in Florida, a hand-selected Trump candidate for the Florida gubernatorial race, literally not 24 hours after Andrew Gillum, a black candidate, won the Democratic primary in Florida, literally said, "Let's not monkey this race up, everybody." Like, that's what he urged people. That's a dog whistle, and it's frustrating because a lot of times, well-intentioned people such as yourselves will get caught up in that. Another way they do this is the white power sign or whatever. This is a fake sign. It's not like a real white power sign. This was essentially created by 4chan to troll liberals. But that's the thing. Like, I mean, a lot of these guys are racist. So ultimately, if they're like, "Oh, this is not a real white power sign, but we're gonna release information as if this is a fake white power sign to troll people, to get them to say that we're throwing up the white power sign," it's a way to just like overpopulate the news feed by essentially playing the role of a racist and trying to say, yeah, this means gay in Turkey. By the way, I mean, hand signs are different everywhere, but regardless, what they're trying to do is essentially flood the market with like false information and false racist dog whistles, in an effort to hide the real racist dog whistles, or in an effort to say that, like, look, either A, everyone's racist, or B, look at the hysteria surrounding outing racists. So essentially that's what they were trying to do. But the people that created this like fake operation are still fairly racist people, so it doesn't necessarily matter. And that's why, I mean, and by the way, the reason why I'm talking about this, of course, is because I don't know if you remember, there was this this lady that is on the Trump team, or in Kavanaugh's team, I think, that was sitting behind Kavanaugh, who kept doing this, like, on purpose, while she had her arms locked, and then she got called out for it, and there was like all this hysteria. And of course, the entire goal of throwing up that sign is for someone to call you a white supremacist, and to say that this is the white power sign. So as soon as that happened, immediately the conservative media pounced on it. They took the opportunity to be like, "Oh, you guys think everyone's a racist." Well, I don't know. It's a unique situation, because that sign was created by racists to kind of trick people into thinking that this is a white power sign. So what do you do at that point? I guess it doesn't have any historical context. It's not an old sign. It's a new one created by racists. So yeah, but isn't being a fake racist just as bad? No, that's not like a There's no fake like these guys are real racists. It's just anyway. I'm done with that subject. Let's move on. Also, by the way, the reason why I'm doing this earlier is because I'm gonna go live on twitch.tv/hasanAbi, and this is kind of the pregame stream that I do, and I do a little AMA with you guys. Essentially, the hasanAbi like the Twitch stream is not just off of my phone. It's on my PC setup. It's like a lot better. I'm able to, I cover like a lot of different subjects. Actually, I post some of those videos on YouTube after, like a day later, if I like some of the segments. I interview some people. For example, I interviewed Alex Press from Jacobin the other day, and we talked about the history of Labor Day. Anyway, so that's one of the reasons why I do these live streams on Facebook. So to inform you guys to go and join me live at twitch.tv/hasanAbi, and you know, which is like a bigger community there, a better community there, quite frankly, than Facebook. Unfortunately, like one of my biggest issues here with Facebook is that what do you call it? One of my biggest issues with Facebook is that it doesn't necessarily inform every single person in my fan base, and it kind of frustrates me a little bit. Anyway, I'm done talking about this every day, though. I know that, like, this is one of those things. Please answer Theodora, because I'm tired of her repeated posts. What is the Theodora? Aloha, have you looked into the information I sent you about Hawaii? I have not. I'm not entirely certain what you're referring to. Anyway. What is nervous system programming? Neurolinguistic programming is an approach to communication, personal development. Okay. Anything you can't talk about because you're part of TYT? No, there's nothing I can't talk about, because that's one of the beautiful parts about TYT is that we have, a lot of people always accuse us, saying that we're corporate, like we're MSNBC light or whatever. Usually people on the left say this. And then people on the right say that we're George Soros operated and whatever. There's no censorship on anything. There's nothing. Like TYT has never actually told me not to cover a subject at all. They've never said that, and I don't think they ever will. Yeah, I mean that's like kind of the point of independent media, is that, you know, I have as a 27-year-old idiot, I was able to develop an audience for myself by speaking my truth and hopefully educating people, and I think that's genuinely important. That's part of the reason why TYT is so successful, you know? Did I miss the Chromio interview, or is it out? Is it not out yet? No, the Chromio interview is out. You can find it on YouTube. I'll link it somewhere. I'll link it here somewhere for you guys. It was, honestly, I was talking to Dave Maklovich, Dave One. He is one half of Chromio. About the interview, he said that it's like one of his favorite interviews of all time. I don't know why there's so many negative comments underneath it. Can you tell George Soros to send my check already? No, for real, George. If you're watching, George, I'm waiting on a check. But in any case, yeah. So the Chromio interview is up. Go check it out on TYT. It's on the main page actually, and literally it's inundated with comments that are so severely anti-me. I don't know what the fuck happened, but like everyone was like, "Oh, Hasan, I hate him," whatever, all this stuff. So go and write some positive stuff. Go defend my honor under that video, guys. Seriously. In any case, hold on. The Caucasians parody shirt. Yeah, I saw someone wearing. I don't know. Yeah, someone was wearing a Caucasians parody shirt for the Redskins thing. I've talked about this briefly before on Twitch, but oh my God, I love your glorious Prime Minister's dance moves. She is so incredibly uncoordinated. I don't know why. You ever gonna try and debate Graham Allen? I don't know. If he wants to, I would. I call him out all the time. How about finding a non-biased, not bipartisan solution? That was the point of discussions, and many people like you in the spotlight lost that. How do you move forward without furthering separation? No, I don't agree with you. I don't think that there is. I think bipartisanship was a concept crafted by the Republican Party to make it seem and genuinely believed by liberal elites. I would say that that whole compromise notion really got kicked into high gear around the Bill Clinton era. but the only bipartisanship or compromise only works. It's like the prisoner's dilemma, right? Bipartisanship or compromise only works if both parties are willing and able to accept it. But if Republicans have demonstrated across the board, historically, especially in modern times, if Republicans have shown over and over again that they're not necessarily willing to compromise, that they're only using the idea of compromise as a tool to make sure the other side is willing and able to compromise so that they can push their narrative further and further and further and push their policy agenda further and further, then essentially you come to a point where we are in America where the left is essentially nullified. There's no power in the left. There's no progressive voices within the Democratic Party. Luckily, that's changing now. But I guess my point is the bipartisanship is bullshit, especially because the other side has never shown that they're interested in bipartisanship. So what we need to do now is stay true to our values, stay true to our principles, and also educate people who have forgotten that the left is supposed to be the left and not necessarily more polite Republicans. That's my biggest issue with the Democratic Party is that, and I hate using this term because it's such a cliche at this point, but it is the Democratic Party. It essentially is a controlled opposition. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they're just. I mean, on the one hand, you have the racist kleptocrats, which would be the Republican Party, and they use white identity politics and they use racism as a way to appeal to their white constituency. And then on the other side, you have the Democratic Party, which are less racist, more polite kleptocrats. You know what I mean? Ultimately, the money is still going to the same place. Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a girlfriend? I do not have a girlfriend. The money, those in power, the oligarchs, corporations, the wealthy, they are still securing much larger chunks of the wealth than they ever did before. It's not being distributed evenly, and that's partially because of the Republican Party's agenda, but also because the Democratic Party has allowed them. So that's what I mean. Please debate the conservative millennial. Opinions on Ocasio-Cortez. I love Ocasio-Cortez. She is a Justice Democrat. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what the Justice Democrats represent, but it's our foundational principle is our founding principle is essentially no corporate PAC money. So we're not taking any money from corporations. These candidates are hand selected, or they can apply, and usually they are very progressive. They're almost always way further to the left than the centrist Democrats that are in positions of power, and with the amount of populist momentum that is happening right now in the progressive branch of the Democratic Party, we're crushing it with the limited amount of funds that we have. All of our funds are grassroots. All of our funds are from independent small donors. So that's the huge thing there. And of course, it's very difficult, especially in larger races, especially against especially against incumbents. It's a very difficult race. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was in a unique situation, but she was able to captivate the people. She's an incredible community organizer. She went door to door. She worked a lot harder than Crowley and defeated him. And hopefully, and that's happening all around. That's happening all around the country right now. Brent Welder, it's just we have a lot of candidates that we've put into positions of power, and I'm extremely excited about it. Anyway, Politicon needs to have his tour stop in the East Coast. Well, unfortunately, I don't know. Sanders 2020, yes or no? Currently, as it stands, I don't know if there are any other progressive candidates in the Democratic side that are interested. But if it were up to Sanders versus anyone else, like a Sanders versus Joe Biden, Sanders versus even Kamala Harris, Sanders versus Cory Booker, of course I'm still 100% pro Bernie Sanders. Yes, that's my take on that. But then again, like I said, we have no idea at this point. It's too early to speculate. But you know exactly who the Democratic Party's young establishment candidates are. Kamala Harris, Kirsten Gillibrand. Even though apparently there is actually infighting within the Democratic establishment between whether Kirsten Gillibrand will get backing from the donors now because she led the conquest against Al Franken for the sexual harassment stuff, which is kind of disgusting. The fact that like people are like we are disqualifying this woman because she, I mean, like her or hate her, but the fact that like behind closed doors that they're thinking about disqualifying her is kind of shady because of what because she led the she kind of led the momentum behind ensuring that Al Franken resigned after the sexual harassment allegations. Why was Alex Jones against Bernie Sanders? I don't. What do you mean? It's Alex Jones. He's a fucking. He went from like a very entertaining, crazy conspiracy theorist to a relentless bootlicker. After and so many people did. So many people in independent media and on the internet did that, and it's understandable. Like, it's kind of understandable because you know they loved that Donald Trump was their guy. Like he was saying all the racist shit that they wanted other presidential candidates to say. So they were excited for it. And I mean, that's like a really simplified way of looking at it, but that's precisely why they kind of turned into they all turned into like these pro-establishment bootlickers. Alex Jones being one, like the main one. It's very strange to me. It's very strange to me that this guy, you know, this guy went from being someone who criticized government surveillance like before anyone else did, even before the WikiLeaks and even before Assange and even before Edward Snowden. Like he was on the ball. You know what I mean? But I guess a broken clock rings true twice a day, right? Anyway, I'm done talking about Alex Jones. He's like fucking permanently banned from Twitter. And the only reason why Alex Jones is permanently banned from Twitter now is because he went and harassed people in Congress and also Jack Dorsey in the similar ways that him and his followers have harassed victims of Sandy Hook for a very long time, for years. So once it happened to Jack, he was like, okay, well, this is pretty bad. And then on top of that, by the way, there was obviously an overwhelming amount of evidence to the fact that Alex Jones was frequently violating Twitter's terms of service and all of the other social media platforms' terms of service. So you know, they just kind of got called out too much for it. And then I think the straw that broke the camel's back was absolutely. The straw that broke the camel's back was the fact that he went and harassed fucking Jack Dorsey in a or whoever. What's the Twitter CEO's name? Is it Jack Dorsey? I think so. Yeah, Jack Dorsey. Yeah, he literally he banned him because he got harassed personally, which is weird. But you know. Also, by the way, I'm firing up my Twitch stream at this point. For those of you who are still on. I urge you, I highly recommend that you go to my Twitch stream because I'm gonna go on there. The agenda items for the day that I'll be talking about on Twitch is first we're gonna start off with Elon Musk because Elon Musk did the Joe Rogan podcast, and I love that. That's just like all of my realities coming together. Would I ever run for public office? Probably not. Anyway, look, it's what was I saying? Oh yeah, so freaking you disagree with me on Alex Jones? Okay, got it. Well, you know, agree to disagree, I guess. Hold on. Let me throw on some lo-fi hip-hop music for the people that are going on the Twitch stream right now, so they have something to listen to while this is playing. Oops. Skip this ad. Here we go. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, the Twitch stream has started, so you guys should go check that out over there. I'm probably gonna turn this off in a second and go there as well. But if you don't want to, that's understandable. But eventually, just know that there will come a day when I stop doing these streams on Facebook and just fully move over to Twitch, because the streams are growing at an alarming pace on Twitch. It's freaking awesome. And, you know, oh, you don't want to show a sister no love? That ain't right. What do you mean? I wish people would stop focusing on Elon taking a hit. Oh, the weed thing? Yeah, I know. It's funny. I don't give a shit, obviously. But, like, he's such a... Elon Musk has so very publicly been such a chode for so long. Like, I don't necessarily think he... Like, I mean, he in many ways, he is this capitalist hero, basically. But, you know, I find it very entertaining. I find the stuff that he says very entertaining. I find his perspective very entertaining. A lot of people are always like, Elon Musk, log off, you're crazy. I am not one of those people. I love that Elon is extremely online because it is very real. That's exactly how I am, and I'm glad that he is as well. I'm going live. I'm live at twitch.tv/hasanAbi. Come join the movement. All you need to do, by the way, is write twitch.tv/hasanAbi on your browser, or you need to click on the link that is in the description of this video. I'm gonna put it over here as well. Just click on this link to watch. Anyway. Okay. So, pin that comment as well. Advice for talking to family about important political topics. Do you share Elon's fears of AI? The AI conversation is a much more difficult one. Of course I share Elon's fear of AI. I am afraid, I'm skeptical of all technological advancements, obviously, but a healthy skepticism because I also love and believe in technology, and that's like one of the best things that we have done as a collective. Don't do just Twitch, you'll lose me. Well, sorry, but that's a decision that I've made a while ago. I mean, I'm still putting the videos up. Like, I'm still putting my videos up on Facebook. You're still gonna have the breakdowns, of course, but Twitch is better because I get to do live breakdowns. Like, for example, when stories break, I'm on Twitch and I am able to immediately, like I said, I'm able to immediately like deliver my perspective, and I like that. I like that. I like having that option. I like having that opportunity, and I'm doing it to, like, 200 people at the same time, and these are like 200 of the most engaged. These are usually 200 of the most engaged fans. So if you want to join that, and if you want to, and I listen to your perspective. Obviously, you need to follow at first to write something, but just do it. What is MK Ultra? Love Twitch. Oh, I love that too. I haven't downloaded PUBG. I probably won't, but I will be playing Spider-Man later today as well. If you're interested in video games, but it's not for video games. Like, the Twitch was a platform that originally started. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm gonna move over to Twitch now. So I love you guys. Like I said, just go to Twitch. Is not an app. It's just a website. All you need to do is click on this link, okay? But I'm going to move over to my Twitch stream right now. And I would love it if you guys followed me there. But if you didn't, that's also understandable. But I must start on my Twitch stream. What's going on, everybody? Hi. Hi, everybody on Twitch. Hi. All right, let's turn on this music a little bit so I can hear it as well. All right. The new Spider-Man game did drop. I downloaded it last night. I was going to play it today. Ayo, thank you, Bottom Feeder, for... That one, thank you, Bottom Feeder, for subscribing with Twitch Prime. You guys can all do this, by the way. It is free if you want to subscribe with Twitch Prime. Also, you might notice that I have new emotes, or not emotes, but new widgets for followers and stuff. I was working on that earlier today. So yeah, by the way, the thing about Twitch is that, like, that's one of the beautiful aspects, is that there's, like, it's gamified essentially. It's like the live streams are a lot more fun. There's a lot more engagement. There's a lot more back and forth between me and everyone else. I have played Rainbow Six before. I like Rainbow Six. I might play it again. When are you going on Chapo Trap House? Probably never. I don't know. Actually, I saw randomly. I saw a Reddit post where they were talking about me, and some of their fans don't like me apparently of Chapo Trap House, which is upsetting. But what are you gonna do? Wait, why did that not work?
Oh yeah.
That's weird that is broken. We gotta fix that. It should work now. Anyway, the widgets are not working. But yeah, all right, guys. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna turn off one of the things so you guys can like write immediately in the chat on Twitch. I'm gonna turn off the 10-minute follower thing. I don't know how to do it exactly, but if I can figure it out, I will do that. Okay, for you guys to. I love the Nike commercial. I mean, of course, I love the Nike commercial. Anyway, most of me. Okay, stream summary. Nope, that's not it. Does anyone know where I can change my? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to. I don't. Oh, messages. All right, I'm gonna turn off followers only mode so you guys can all write in there for now. All right, how about that? That's for all of you. September is back from 9:10 to 9:30. Gift sub-recipients will be able to convert to a Tier 1 recurring subscription for only $1 the first month. Ooh, that's very exciting. Anyway, there's a lot of... Turkey hasanAbi. Yeah, well, Turkey is a little different, isn't it? Anyway, all right, guys, I'm leaving. So go click on that link or write twitch.tv/hasanAbi on your URL to go watch me live. I'm going to continue on there now. I'm already live on there, but I love you guys. And, be sure to check the Twitch out. If you don't want to do it, you can send me a message on why you don't want to do it, or send me all of your problems about it. I read I read most of the DMs that you guys send me on Facebook. Can't get back to all of you, but I try to get back to as many of you as possible. So peace.